Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Scott Wood, keeping it real bass fishing. Appreciate you joining the broadcast today. We're down here at the Tennessee River at the Ditto Landing. It's a pretty nice place. There's the marina over there. And the river is actually straight ahead out there past that pavilion, but we got some backwaters over here. Yeah, backwaters over here. And it's pretty good. It goes out to the main. It goes out to the main water, out to the channel. It comes back. It goes back in there really good, a long ways. And we got the kayak ready. Got it out, got it loaded up. We ready for bear. I got out the whole arsenal today. Well, don't that I'll use it, but I got it in case. I don't like to be without it in case I need it. We're gonna put it in right here and we're gonna go see if we can't catch a big one. So y'all stay tuned and go with us, and we'll definitely see what we can do about putting a big one in the boat today. All right, let's go get that big one. Let's go. All right, guys, we got the kayak in the water, and we're out here on this backwater. The river runs in here to the big river, the Tennessee. Sun's up kind of high. I got some bluebird skies. Right now, I ain't got a lot of we ain't got a lot of shade. When that shade starts coming down, I start trying to work that bank you see in front of me down through there, and try to work that shaded area. And I've been seeing some, just sitting here because there's fish been busting out here and blowing up, and I don't know what they are. They act like bass, but it might not be. It could be. Some other bass, but I got this little rig right here I got made. You might want to try it sometime. Hopefully you can see it. I got this GoPro on, but it's a just a little puppy spook, medium-sized puppy spook with an ice fly tied off the end of it. Use it so I could throw it. Mainly it's not so much get them on that spook, but it's to get them on that ice fly, because it looks like a little small shad in the water. I think that hook's got tangled up. Yep. The only bad thing about it, the hooks get tangled up on there. Should took him. You can't take that hooks off the front of that, and so you don't get tangled up, which I should have, but I didn't. Ah, great. All that water out there, and I throw it right over in that pile of leaves. Whew. I tell you what, it is hot out here. Almost didn't come again because it's just so daggum hot. It's cooler today than it's been. It's hard to walk that spook like you normally would sitting in a kayak. It's best way I know how to do it, because I can't stand up. Not in this one. This thing ain't. It is not stable enough for that. Hope y'all can see that. If my finger's in the way, I apologize. It sounds just this GoPro, so you can make sure you can see that. That sun is kicking it, boy. Now, normally I wouldn't fish this water right out here like this, but got a little color on it since we've had some rain. But not only that, this is like a flat area. You can't really tell it from you know, probably, maybe you can in that video. I don't think you can, but I can hardly see it, but I just know it's here. It's shallow. From that corner, coming out here, all the way out here, it's shallow. And then it drops off behind me, it gets deep. And I've been seeing bait fish running around up here on this flat. And fish busting on them, even though it's in the middle of the day and the sun's shining. I thought ice fly rim. See if we can get us one to grab that ice fly. You know, you see that flicking out there. There's some big shad. That's what I just saw. Here, right there behind me, even busted. See, they're all in here. I'm telling you. I'm busting. You can't see it, but that daggone hooks all tangled up. You see these fish are busting shad. See them down yonder? All down the middle of this channel. See that eye fly? Oh, I just had one miss it. You see that? One bust on that shad, on that ice fly, I mean. This wind's current will keep me occupied, I see. That thing is tangled up again. And I'm about to take that hook off. I'm not trying to walk at spook. Just a little, but it's more or less is using it like I say. You see that? There's another roll. Just get it to throwing that ice fly. Find out what the Sam Hills in here. That what I just saw roll out there looked like a big carp. I don't know. They ain't got but that one smell. Let me try. Okay. Will you come here? I don't know. Thinking about trying. Some shade over there now. That's gonna be real fun right there. Okay. I see how you want to be. I know I should put that back. And the wind's gonna blow us around. Tell you, that damn sun. I tell you, kayak fishing is, it takes a lot of patience. That's all I can tell you. Fishing out of this thing, if you're used to fishing out of the boat or off the bank, it can be fun. At the same time, it's just not as fast paced. Oh. Excuse me, I had to that loose there. You guys know that. Oh, see, first cast in the tree. You guys know how it is. You gotta let loose every once in a while. Try to keep y'all in the frame. kayak wants to turn every which way but the way I want to fish. This one need a trolling motor on this thing. It's constantly what you're doing right here. Kayak fishing is not my favorite way to fish, guys. But hey, you can catch some fish. You can put up with that. You can put up with everything else. Okay, guys. Like I say, we're out here on the backwaters, down here on the river, off of the Tennessee River, down here at Ditto Landing. Right now, I'm just trying to throw up in these shallows, I mean not shallows, but shadows. Yeah. There's catching up in these. We got a little bit of shadow, you know, up on the water underneath these overhangs, these trees. Oh God, I hit the GoPro. Sorry about that. See, that's a problem. Every time you throw in there, you know, daggone weeds. Everybody's not running right. I think y'all can see I just trying to get situated, really trying to get some. Now I'm just throwing a little 5/16 ounce spinnerbait with the Indian and the Colorado blade, silver and gold combinations, and got this little white chartreuse and blue skirt. Some good colors for this lake. Let's see how bait fish jumping out of the water. They're small, about the size of those blades. So maybe that'd be a good thing. Uh-oh. Stay out of that tree. There's fish busting and breaking all around me, behind me, down the river. Shad jumping out. It's small. There's some small shad. One thing about this kayak, it always turns you around backwards the way you want to fish. Every time I've ever been in this thing, I'm constantly having to turn myself around. I'm like, why can't you just send me down the bank like this right here? Nope. You watch. That's going to turn me around. And we ain't got no breeze. I mean, the tops of those trees are blowing, but it ain't moving much down here. Shoot, I could stand for a breeze. Them shad jumping out of the water. That spinnerbait just coming through down in shad, just scattered. See if they do it again. I guess I spooked them that time. You know there's a old hog laying around in here somewhere. See? See this kayak turning me around backwards? I can find that right back there. See if I can find my okay. Well, we're still out here at it, and I'm throwing this frog right now. I can trying to work his grass a little bit. I want to see if anything's laid up back up in there. Yeah. Yep, it's working. It hasn't got a smell on it. I'm working in this whole grass line through here, and let's see if we can get us a big one. But we ain't got a smell on it. We got some kind of, I don't know what it is breaking out here. I ain't figured it out, but there's something breaking all over the place. And it don't act like regular shad. It's something else. As you can see them out there, if the kayak swims around, breaking everywhere. Threw spinnerbait at them, I threw a nice fly, threw a puppy spook. I throw a swim jig. I mean, a swim bait with the underspin, thinking that would get something, whatever that is. At least we can catch one and find out. Yeah. I don't think it's frog by its own. Right here. That sun's starting to set. Where am I? I got all these rods out. Try this, some top water. I'm gonna start working my way back to the landing, and go through this whopper plopper if I can get it untangled. And make it GoPro adjusted as well. That thing looks good running across top that water. You can see it, whatever it is, it's breaking everywhere out here. It's flipping. It's like big old shad or big shiners or something. I mean, there are always a bunch of shad in here in schools. Like in big schools of shad, but they're small. But all this, we got them flipping everywhere. It's the only bad thing about that thing. Sometimes it runs good, sometimes it don't. You know, we're out here beating the banks, trying new water, exploring, you know, covering water, throwing swim baits, spinner bait, chatterbait, crankbait, fishing grass, fishing some lay downs, fishing shallow water, fish flats. You know, the sun's starting to set, so I was like, well, let's try some top water, see if we can catch them on this whopper plopper. Might try that buzz bait. I'd see, I'm about to spend more time positioning this kayak than fishing. That's what aggravates me. They like trolling motor, guys. You can stand there on a trolling motor and just keep that boat in position and keep fishing. So if you never kayak fish, this is what you got to deal with. You know, so I'm just trying to show you guys. We're gonna call this video the troubles with kayak fishing. And See how this boat's turning around? No reason. There's no current. There's no wind. They're just turning around. So I wasn't wanting to fish this because I already did. I want to fish out in front of me. But now I can't. So see, I gotta turn myself around again. And this time, let's see how long it stays in that position. See, there ain't no wind blowing. And there ain't no current in this thing. If there's any current at all, it ought to be pushing me out toward the big water. Not turning me around. I mean, I came back here to fish that way because it was turning me around this way when I was up there. And I come back here and it does the opposite. It's just annoying. So, just trying to show you guys about, you know, you didn't kayak fish, it ain't all cracked up for what some people make it out to be, I can tell you that. It may be fun, but you gotta have, you know, you need to be prepared, have all your gear ready, and you know what gear you can get in it. Practice, you know, one thing you want to do is take it to the water and practice getting in it before you put any gear in it. You know, practice getting in and out of it. And I'd highly recommend doing that, practicing getting in and out of it, because you don't want to, if you don't know how to get in and out of it, you're going to turn over, you're going to flip it, you're going to go swimming, and if you got your gear in there, you're going to lose your gear. And I know, because I learned the hard way myself. Ain't nobody showed me, you know, and I should have got on YouTube and learned some stuff, but I didn't till after the fact, and then I figured it out. But I just learned the hard way how to get in it, you know, the ways to get in and out of this thing. Now, if you got a longer kayak, you know, wider, they're more stable. The longer, the wider they are, the more stable they are. So if you don't have a kayak and you want to go buy one, get one that's check the width on it, and get one that's the widest you can find. Let's do a backlash. And you know, if you go try to get a cheap one, what a good cast there. Put some of these rods up. Start headed back that way. Well, guys, I've been at it for a while. I'll tell you, this is a new I guess I'm trying to say this is new to me. I've never fished this water, and never been back in here in this river, and wanted to try it. Really wanted to more or less explore it and try it. I know maybe right now might not be the best time to fish this, but I know coming like this fall and this fall and in the spring, definitely get back there in the back of this thing and might find some good spawning fish. So as you can see, fishing out this kayak, it's not the easiest thing in the world. I do my best, but this thing can be, you gotta have a lot of patience to fish out a kayak, because I mean you can't move around a lot. You got limited space, and if you're used to fishing in a boat and being able to stand up and maneuver around, and it's totally different, You have a lot of guys that probably showing you kayak videos and different things, but they're going to show you all the good stuff. Start off right from the beginning and get you one that's 10, 12 foot. Get you one that's wide. They get them out to 3 foot wide, close to it anyway. 34, I think, inches, whatever it is. I can't remember. It's pretty wide, it's close to 3 foot. Anyway, those are the ones that you really want. And I'm fixing to mind the mess right there. All right, come on down. It's close to 3 foot. Like I say, closer to 3 foot wide, the better on the kayak. 10 foot. You really want one about 12 foot or about at least 12 foot, if not longer. This one I'm in, it's not, I think it's like 32, 33 inches and 10 foot. It's not stable. It's a sit in and kayak in, and if you can fish out of it like I'm doing, but you don't, it's not stable enough to be where you can stand up in it, and you say, oh. But if you say, well, I'm in a kayak where I want to stand up. Well, There are guys that do stand up in them, and trust me, if you bass fishing, and you stand up and fish out of it, you're gonna enjoy that, because you can definitely, you can fish better standing up. You can pitch it. You can pitch. You can flip. You can skip. You can throw better. You can cast better. To where in a kayak, it's you're so low to the ground, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Is, well, this boat's gonna go crazy on me. You're gonna go you're too low to the water. That's what I'm trying to say. This thing is, you see the troubles I have, and you know, me, I go fishing. I like to be able to rest and relax and enjoy myself, not be aggravated and stressed out. You know, something bumped the bottom of this boat. This kayak, I ain't even seen no stone. That'd be a stick. Well, yeah, I ain't been getting me try this spinnerbait. I'm gonna try the spinnerbait a little bit. I ain't got no top water bite. Not even a blow up. I got a tangle up, I see that. Throw these things. You see that big shad jump out of the water? He was begging. Here we go again, folks. It's constant with this thing. It's sacrifices some more. And that sun's setting quick. Get this untangled. Sorry guys, this is the stuff you gotta deal with. I'm about tired, ready to go home. Tell you the truth, this done wore me out. Ain't catching no fish, fish ain't biting. I see several guys out here fishing, nobody catching nothing. It's just hard to fish it like I would want to. In this thing, you know, you got to fish tight, structure, you know, be close, fitting, throwing under them trees, and be fishing them shadows, and just hitting every nook and crack, and, you know, fishing tight. That's what I call fishing tight in days like this. I normally, if I was in a boat, I could get throw it, just work that spinner bug, that spinner bait, up and down these banks, hit every nook and crack. I'd catch me some fish, pull them out here. But when I'm fighting this daggum thing, it's kayak, I spend more time trying to, you know, straighten it up so I can fish. And I do fish. Look at that, I made 2 casts, and the thing's turned plumb around backwards again. Just, you're like, well, Scott, you know, why you're fishing in it, and fish it if you, yeah, if it aggravates you that much, you don't like fishing in it. Well, a good question. Yeah, I like it. I like, you know, enjoy coming out and going fishing and being out here. It's just that I like to be able to fish the way I want to fish out of it, so I can try at least catch some fish. I feel like I could do better. See, I fish them backwards again. You know, anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Once I get everything put together on it, it's going to be really just a video on, oh my word, see, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not going to just pack it up. You know, the reasons you don't want to go kayak fishing, this is why you don't. But it'd be nice to catch a hog right now. At least one big fish. Now I thrown in there and got hung. Crap, now this is gonna be interesting. Now I gotta go over there and get unhung. I'm not crazy about going over under these trees because of snakes. I don't even know where's the lines at. Come on, in Jesus' name, come loose. Gosh, man, let's get the canoes on the side of it. Shoot. Lord help me, Jesus. Oh my gosh. I have never in my life. This is the trouble I'm talking about. It's no fun. You see what just happened? I'm done. Come on, get up there. That thing almost went in. It did go in and I caught it. That's why I do not like this. I need to head back even though it's getting dark. I don't want to stop fishing, but I ain't got much of a choice. Well, boys, hope you enjoyed that on a bad day at the lake and while you're shooting kayak fish. Appreciate you joining the broadcast and with the channel, and hope y'all learned something today. Okay. All right, guys, we're going to call it a day and head back to the land. It's getting dark. I gotta get this stuff loaded up. And it's been a heck of a day. We didn't catch any fish. We definitely gave it a try. And I've never fished this canal before, off this river. I've never fished down here at this landing or this canal or this part of the river. I've never fished it at all. That's the first time me trying it out. I wanted to come down here and try it out. That's the reason why I used the kayak. So I could get back in here and fish it. And it's got some good, it looks good. I like to come back in here and fish this with a boat, you know, instead of the kayak. And I may do that one day. But, you know, if anything today, you learned some things about kayak fishing. You know, it's not as cracked up as what most guys want you to think it is. I mean, fishing's fun, but it's just that you spend more time trying to position yourself, you know, with than fishing. You seen what I went through. You know, by the time you get lined up, you make a cast or two, and then the boat's done turning around on you. You know, and it ain't even the wind. It ain't even windy. The day, it's not even blowing. The wind's not even blowing. And imagine if the wind was blowing. You know, so kayak fishing has its advantages and disadvantages. You know, a lot of guys kayak fish all the time and have got good at it. They learn the do's and the don'ts, and they know you got a lot of patience and best way to catch fish out of them. But if you never fish with in a kayak and you're thinking about buying one, you might want to really think about it before you do. But if you do, like I say, you want to get one at least 12 foot long and 3 foot wide, and I'm getting attacked by geese. You know, it's close to, I think they make them up to right at 3 foot wide, and I've seen them close to that. Those are more stable kayaks. I've seen them in the sport shops and seen them online, and they're very stable. You can stand up in them, you can move around in them a lot easier. This one here is about 33 inches wide, maybe 10 foot. I think it's 10 foot long. You know, it's good to kayak out of. You like I'm right now. I mean, I'm just paddling along, going down through here. If I was just wanting the kayak, this is perfect. You know, you could enjoy a day kayaking. But if fishing out of it's kind of challenging, you know, if you're trying to bass fish and out of it and troll down the banks like you do with a trolling motor, it's very difficult to, you know, to do that. I mean, you can, but it's not easy. And you've seen the troubles I had and aggravation. Then I make a cast or two, and then you gotta get the oar and turn yourself around, and you get, you know, and then you get stuck up in a tree like I did. Next thing you know, you got all your rods up in there, and of course all your rods are sticking up in the back. They get up in that tree, and what happens is you forget they're back there. The next thing you know, the limb will grab them and jerk them out. And if you ain't careful and got them in your rod holders good, they jerk them out and put them in the water, or get them hung in a tree and break them off. Well, anyway, you know, those are some downed things, or some things that's not so great about kayak fishing, but you know, there are some advantages to it. Like you can get back in places like this, you know, beautiful sunsets you can see, and you know, just out with on the water, just you and nature, and enjoy the outdoors and ducks and the birds, and just, you know, just enjoy being outside. Like right now, it's very nice. When I first got here, it was miserable hot, you know. But if I was to come back down here to kayak fish, which I may do it, or I may bring my small boat. I just ain't been able to get the small boat on the water because I just got some things I got to do in order with it to be able to get it out here. I showed that to you on video. Anyway, I should have it on the water soon. That would be perfect. Boat would be perfect to come in here and fish, but it don't mean the fish got to be in here. I don't know if they've moved up and moved back in here. You know, you think you'd catch you a straggler, or just you know, some fish out here running bait, or you know, just roaming, but not. Sometimes you catch them stacked up. But anyway, appreciate you guys joining us this evening. If you're new to the channel, if you would hit that subscribe button and that like button, let us know you enjoy the content. We appreciate you viewing. I'm Scott Paysor with Keeping It Real Bass Fishing. Y'all keep it real. Let's go get that big one. All right, guys. Appreciate y'all viewing the channel today, and hope you enjoyed the video. Didn't have a very successful day as far as catching any fish. We did learn well, like I said, first time being in that canal, did learn some stuff about the canal, you know, for structure, the fish, the depth, and where it's shallow, where it's grass, where there's shade. A lot of things that are out there that can be fished properly. Did learn that, and where there's another little creek running in, and I didn't go back. I could have went back further, but definitely would be a place to go back, maybe in the fall, definitely, or in the springtime. We'll go back and check it out, but we're going to put the boat in and take the boat. We're not going to go in that kayak. But hope you learned something today about kayak fishing. It's not what it's all cracked up to be. You know, this video is more today for you guys who wanting to go out here and buy kayaks and go kayak bass fishing. You know, it's not for everybody. There's a lot to it involved in doing it, and you just want to make sure that that's the thing you want to get into. And appreciate you joining. If you would, you know, if you guys is first time viewers, if you like the content today, if you would hit that subscribe button for us, hit that like button, let us know you liked the video, and we appreciate all you guys, and send us a comment if you like as well, and we're going to try some other stuff here in the near future. Just wanted to go out and do this kayak adventure with you guys, and kind of let you see what kayak fishing is really about. Not so much, you know, the glamour parts of catching fish, but all the problems it can cause when you're trying to fish. You know, you need to know that stuff if you're going to make an investment in kayak fishing, and if that's something you think you want to do, because they're not cheap. They cost a bunch of money, and they're not the safest either. They will capsize and turn over on you, especially if you don't know what you're doing, and if you're learning and you don't pay attention. You really need to listen to guys like me and other guys that, you know, that can show you pointers. There's guys that actually got kayak videos out there that do kayak demos on how to launch a kayak and all the safety techniques and things with it. Check those videos out as well. Maybe one day I'll do one for you, but there's enough of them already out there. I don't need to do another one. Just look at those. They'll help you be safe out there on the water. And just remember, it's not a boat. It'll capsize on you. You don't want to get hurt, drowned, or lose all your gear. And if you, another pointer or two is, I just thought about, if you get out on the big water, you got to make sure you need a good anchor to anchor you down. You can use an anchor anywhere, but if you get out on the big water and the boats go by making big wakes, them big wakes will capsize you, flip you over in that kayak, because that kayak's not that stable, especially one like I got. If you get a bigger one, it's 12 foot or bigger, wide, like I was telling you, about close to 3 foot or better, those are more stable, but they'll still capsize on you. You just gotta be careful. But with that anchor, if you got that anchor set and that big wake's coming, it'll tip you over. You got to be able to have a quick release on that anchor, so you can quick release that anchor and let it go. And also you have your floating device on it. That way the quick disconnect don't sink and you lose your anchor, because it will go to the bottom. So there's floating devices made to put on those things, so that if you have to let loose real quick of it to keep the anchor from capsizing you can quick release it, throw it out, and it'll still float. And that'll keep him from getting capsized. That's a good pointer to know. And also, you need to get you some kind of a stick like this. You should be able to see that. Let me walk over here in the light. You see that stick? Hopefully you got a good view of that. That stick will save you a lot of trouble when you're trying to launch and get off. If you launch from off the bank, you're gonna have that kayak half in the water and half on the bank, and you're gonna kneel down and get into it from the side so it don't capsize on you. You flip over, because it will right there if you're not careful. But so you may need that. You can take that stick and push off instead of using your oar, because them oars they're expensive. $50, $70, $100 or better for an oar, and them things are plastic and they will break on you. So if you try to use them to push off, you might break it. So get you a good stick like that. You can also, you see I had some rope tied on it. That rope's good. You can, if you're in shallow water, and instead of throwing an anchor out, you can stick that stick down in the mud and take that rope and tie off to it, and instead of having to throw that anchor out and pulling that anchor out of the water in that mud, stirring up the water or spooking the fish. It's good for that as well. A couple good pointer and tips you need to know for the kayaking as well. All right, guys, it's been a long day, and I'm going to call it a night. Appreciate you joining. Hope you learned something to do, and or I should say, hope you learned some stuff not to do today, and learn some things about kayaks maybe you didn't know before. I hope it helps you out. All right, appreciate you, and we'll see you next time. Y'all take care.